please tell me you're locked in. Please comment down below you're locked in. Otherwise, why are you sitting here every day watching those things go up? So what happened today? Well, we had ADP. ADP payroll numbers came out, and they actually came in a little bit better than expected. ADP. This is what happens when ADP comes out with their numbers. Well, what would happen with these if we actually got government numbers that solidified maybe the jobs market's doing a little bit better? So if you're sitting there wondering if you're a homeowner, home buyer, what the heck's going to go on with these and why? Well, let's check out today's news to figure that out. So folks, my name is Dan Frio. I come in each day to help you guys understand what the heck's going on with these over here. So today, here's what we got. We got payroll numbers from ADP. Well, these numbers, they're not fantastic, but they're not dismal. So here's how the market interpreted this, because there's no other data out there. They're like, okay, this is a pretty decent jobs market. They actually anticipated much less than this number to come in. So when this number came in better than expected, it's saying basically the Federal Reserve, the economy might not be as bad as what everybody's saying. The tariffs haven't really skyrocketed in inflation. And the jobs market, well, the jobs market isn't as bad as it was supposed to be. So let's get over and see how this is affecting the markets. And here's what it's doing right through here. The markets right now, we focus in on this channel, is right through here. This is the mortgage bond that trades on Wall Street. Yeah, here's what happened today. When the bond price goes down, mortgage rates go up. Well, we started the day here, and this is a pretty big tumble right down through here. So this actually is what pushed rates right over to here, and we are at the cap of where I thought rates were going to be on the high end. So folks, if you want to check out my videos previously, I said we're probably going to be in a range of about 5.875 to 6.375. Well, we are on the top end of that range right now, and it's basically based on the ADP payroll numbers. So again, when these numbers come in maybe by the government and they're a little bit better, how high can rates go? Well, if you're a homeowner right now and you want to track these things and say, Dan, maybe rates won't go any lower, so maybe we should look at the numbers now. Well, if you're contemplating refinancing your house, let me show you a tool that we just made. Go over to my website. It's therateupdate.com, and you can right up through there. I created a tool. It's called RateWatch 2.0. What you can do is just put in the interest rate you want to be notified of a refinance, and when rates hit there, I'll reach out to you. Yeah, I'll call you, text you, email. Check your spams, because we have some people calling in right now saying, Dan, I didn't get notifications, and they were sent it, but unfortunately they found it in their spam. So track these rates as well, and if they hit kind of in the range that you're looking for, reach out to us. But that's what that tool's up there for. So here's what's happening behind the scenes. This is what happens when you have the news coming in better than expected. Now, I'm not saying this is bad. A better employment number is good for all of us, but it's not good news. So think good news in the markets or the economy is bad news when it comes to the Fed cutting rates. Now, another piece of this puzzle that I've been speaking about for months is right through here, tariffs. Now, tariffs aren't looking too good at this point. So let's get over to see how important President Trump thinks tariffs are. Then I'm going to show you some data we have from today on how the Supreme Court's probably going to rule on this, and it doesn't look good. So how important are these tariffs?
Trump also addressed the upcoming Supreme Court oral arguments on whether his tariff policy is legal.
I think it's the most important subject discussed by the Supreme Court in 100 years.
So that's how important he thinks it is, and that's a big part of the big, beautiful tax bill. Well, now it doesn't look like the Supreme Court's going to be passing these things. I've been saying that for months. I'm like, I don't think they're going to pass these. He has them hopefully in his pocket, but I think he kind of overstepped on this one. So what are they going to do? They're going to have to refund a lot of money in the tune of, I just did some research right now. It's in the tune right now, currently at $90 billion. Why is that bad news? Well, it's only going to add to this over here, and this is our national debt. So the news that we're getting so far is good news on employment. Good news on GDP. Well, let's get over to what the Federal Reserve looks at. Here's what the Federal Reserve looks at. Okay, they set this rate over through here. It's 3.75 to 4%. That's what's called the federal funds rate. But they focus in on these things right through here. They focus in on PCE, the inflation numbers that they focus in on. They want this at 2. That's at 2.7, but they're kind of comfortable with it. Now they're focusing on this. So now they're saying, okay, if the job market, where they're anticipating the job market to be dismal, but maybe it's not as bad as a lot of people think. I don't know. So as the data comes in, we're going to track it. You want to track it here? Well, go to the RateWatch update and make sure you put in your rates and make sure you subscribe over there so you can check out every time I post a video, you'll get an alert. But we also have GDP numbers coming in, and they're coming in actually pretty darn good as well. So the economy in general doesn't look like it's cracking or at least falling off a cliff. So that is good news, but that's bad news when it comes to interest rates. So if you go over to this here, the first thing I want you to understand is interest rates. Okay, so a lot of people don't understand mortgages, and a lot of people don't understand interest rates, because the most asked question I get on a daily basis is, Dan, what's today's 30-year fixed? Folks, when you're focusing on interest rates, you go to bankrate.com and all these other companies, you're going to get what they use as advertisements. If you scroll down, they're going to say, hey, our number's here, and then you're going to have 20 different advertisements under there. Well, that's because they're ads. So here's what it looks like. So if you're looking like today, if you want to, I did this scan the other day. So I'm like, okay, reach out to all these entities, and what is today's 15-year rate? Well, let's look at the 30-year rate. This is even better. Mortgage News Daily comes in today, and they said the today's rate is 6.375, and you can validate it right over through here. Okay, so that's what they're saying the rate is today. But to get that rate, let me go through the numbers with you. Let me know if this is you. Post down below. What's your credit score? What's your loan to value? I'm trying to figure out what people's credit scores are, because there was an analysis just done saying people's credit scores are plummeting, and they're now at about 740 to 760. That's a really good credit score. But to get this rate up through here, you need a 780 credit score. They're putting down 25% to get that rate. Okay, so, but then if you go over to here, Zillow has 6%. Well, how do you get that? I don't know. There's probably a ton of points with this, everything else. You need to look at the APR, the points, the fine line. So make sure when you're out there looking at rates, well, I got even a better thing for you. Why don't you come over to our website? If you want to compare rates to over 30 different lenders, I have this perfect spot for you. Folks, my name is Dan Frio. I've been doing this for over 35 years. And actually, I work at a bank that provides me licensing with all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. Here's the cool thing we have, and we just did a video today, a live event. What we can do is once we get you approved, we can compare your rate, your programs, and even programs like this, I'll explain to you in a second, with over 30 different lenders. Now, these are banks, credit unions, and just mortgage lenders. And the reason why we do that is so when you call in, we're making sure we're comparing your loan with over 30 different lenders to ensure you're getting the lowest rates and lowest fees in the markets. So that's what we do for a living, folks. One of the programs we offer right now is you can get up to $7,000 in down payment assistance if you're looking to buy a house. Check it out. You might just qualify this. It isn't only just for first-time home buyers. And again, folks, if you're out there looking for to refinance, check out our RateWatch tool right through here. And also, if you've already got a rate quote and you're thinking, okay, Dan, can you compare my rate quote with the 30 lenders you have? Absolutely. Go to the loan estimate review tab, click it. What you're going to do is upload, well, it'll be there in a second. You will be able to upload your loan estimate in there. All I need you to do is give me your credit scores. Let me know when you're looking to close. What I'll be able to do is send you a personalized video right back to go over where the rate is, where your fees are, what your break-even point is, and go over it. And if we can help you out, I'd love to be able to help. And also, you might have another question to say, Dan, what the heck's going on with those and why? So if you want to learn that each day, subscribe down over there and make sure you subscribe and follow me each day if you're trying to figure out what's going on with rates. If you're a mortgage broker, if you're a realtor out there, you're a customer looking to build, buy, refinance, hopefully you can find my channel useful. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe down over there. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers as soon as we can. Only you can help me. So help me get there. Otherwise, have a fantastic evening. Hope to see you tomorrow morning so I can explain to you guys what the heck's going to go on with those and the whys behind it. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a safe evening. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.